Update 1 on Tropical Storm Danny, the fourth storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, and the Atlantic's woken up again it seems. Winds of 40 miles an hour and a pressure of 1008 millibars, approaching the central part of the ocean, moving west at 12 miles per hour, positions 10.9 degrees north, 37.5 degrees west, and the storm is expected to become the first hurricane of the season, and possibly towards Category 2 intensity as well on day 4 and 5 as the storm begins to approach the Lesser Antilles. Certainly if you're living on the Leeward Islands and beyond, be watching the progress of this storm because it could possibly strike that area as a hurricane force storm, which is probably the first time that's happened in some time. But there it is, expected to move almost in a straight line west or west-northwest over the next 5 days. Certainly can't rule out a stronger storm than that, though it does appear unlikely. Sea surface temperatures fairly warm at this point, around 28 degrees Celsius, and I suppose the tip here is the further south the storm stays, the better chance that the storm will have of intensifying. And I think that is the same goes for wind shear as well, because you can see on the wind shear graphic here that further south areas near the bottom right hand side of your screen have the darker colours, the blues, the dark blues, where low wind shear is, and high amounts to the north there. The water vapour imagery, there is some amount of dry air to the northwest, but nothing really significant for this storm, so it does have a bright future ahead of it, at least for the next few days. Here's the latest satellite imagery, how the storm's been progressing, and certainly those of you who have been watching for around a day or so have probably noticed the difference between how well the storm has been looking in comparison to yesterday, though having said that, it does still look like a weak tropical storm, and I'm sure 40 miles an hour is more than justified for this so far, but it is a decent start. You can see the dry air to the northwest there as well in that imagery, some of it possibly interfering with the storm already, but no huge amounts of dry air. So I do think the storm will gradually intensify. Here's what the HWRF model run says. They're predicting a Category 2 storm, shown in the orange areas, and you can get a little grip of the track forecast there as well on that, with the rain forecast too in the next 5 days. No islands on the map yet, because Danny will take more than 5 days to get to the Lesser Antilles, but as I say, something to watch out for. Here's an earlier graphic from the Force 13 tracking map. You can visit it right now and you'll see Tropical Storm Danny. This was before it became a tropical storm now, or indeed a depression. You can visit force13.com/tracker to keep up to date with everything that's going on when there are no videos, which isn't very often to be fair, but yes, you can get instant updates on the Force 13 website at any time. Force13.com/tracker is the place to go for that. 54 tropical storms have formed so far around the world in 2015. This one, of course, Danny, becoming number 54. 29 Category 1 hurricanes or their equivalents around the world. This could well be number 30. And 20 Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour or higher. Though it does seem unlikely that somewhat likely that Danny will become number 21 and tie 2010, the whole year for major storms. You can visit Force 13 on any of its outlets. The website, force13.com, the main place to be for all the goings on around the world, storm-wise. Of course, you can also visit us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search Force 13, all in text. You can also add Fool 13 on Skype for tropical weather chat and to join our live events in future when we're running on air. We're doing it through Skype now, so if you want to be part of the conversation live with us, you can do it on there as well as comment on the show itself. And we are going to be live a little bit later on at 11 PM UTC, that's 7 PM Eastern Time in the United States, and early morning around 8 AM in the Philippines to discuss everything that's going on around the world. But that's all for now.